5-year-old doing when police are there? I'm assuming you all were placed in handcuffs.
I was already in the car. He was with his mother.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it was you and his mother who was stealing. Are we here for sentencing?
Yes, Judge, we're here for sentencing. You see the theft case with life of probation.
Okay, pause. We're jumping right into sentencing here, which means the trial phase is already over. Notice how the judge immediately mentions probation versus jail time. Quick question for you guys. Do you think someone with multiple theft cases should still get probation? Or is jail the only option at this point?
There's one letter of support I would like to submit to the court from her daughter.
Okay. All right, who is the prosecutor on this case? They know. Yeah. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 5382B. I'm sorry, what? Hi. There's a lot happening. So everyone, this is what we're going to do. When we're on the record, don't approach the court coordinator because they're too close. If you want to approach the deputy and have them bring your person out, you're more than welcome to do so. Court is calling 2023 CR 5382B, State of Texas versus Elsa Morales. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Glenn Payne for defense.
And are you Miss Morales?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea on August 14th. You entered a plea of guilty, applied for deferred adjudication. The state is asking that your punishment be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. They're remaining silent on your recommendations and they're taking certain cases into consideration. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yeah, there actually wasn't a PSI created in this court. You asked me to release it.
Here's where it gets interesting. The judge is reviewing the defendant's criminal history instead of a full PSI, or pre-sentence investigation. A PSI usually digs deep into the person's background, but here, they just looked at her rap sheet. That alone can set the tone for how harsh the sentence will be.
We asked for the PSI to get the letter, then you just wanted to see the criminal history.
Yes. So, is there criminal history available for the court? Okay. All right, the court has reviewed the criminal history. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
Judge, no witnesses. Like I said, we just have one support letter on behalf of Ms. Morales. It's her daughter, stating how she helped. That Ms. Morales helps take care of children, and she was working as a home health care, also supplied money for the family. We're going to ask that the court grant her probation in this case, and let her continue to support her family.
All right, Ms. Morales, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Elsa Mireles.
All right, why are you stealing?
For the bachelor's.
Why are you involving a child in theft? Because it says that this was the MO. Go to the store, put things in a cart, and then have a child push the cart outside. So you're basically unwittingly making a child a criminal. Why are you doing that? I mean, your attorney was not there, so he can't answer this question. You did it. You took a child in Target, or as we say, Target. You took a child there, loaded things in a basket, and for...
Did you hear that? The child was only 5 years old. 5. Let that sink in. Imagine a kindergartner being coached to push a cart full of stolen items out of Target. Do you think the judge's anger here is justified, or is he going too hard?
That child to know to just push that cart towards all points of sale tells me that somebody told that child, this is what's going to go down. We're going to go in, we're going to put items in this cart, and you just keep pushing it. So why?
I have no words for that.
Yes, and how old was the child that you all involved in your criminal activity who now thinks it's okay to engage in criminal activity?
5 years old.
All right, so you took a 5-year-old, and what day of the week was this? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what day?
I'm not sure.
All right. Was it a school day?
I'm not too sure.
All right, so you take this 5-year-old, walk me through it. So the 5-year-old is pushing the cart out, and obviously police are called, right?
Right.
And did they speak to the 5-year-old? What is the 5-year-old thinking? Do you know? I know somebody will probably object to speculation, but I just want to know, what was the 5-year-old doing when police are there? I'm assuming you all were placed in handcuffs.
I was already in the car.
See this letter where you took a child to help you steal, and somebody is saying that you're taking care of children and you're a home health care provider. I don't allow people in this courtroom who are on probation to be home health care providers. And who are you providing health to? Is this a relative?
No.
Right. So I don't know how you're able to take care of children and be a home health care provider.
Those are my kids that I take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the contradiction. On one hand, she's being described as a home healthcare provider, trusted to care for others. But on the other hand, she's literally involving a 5-year-old in theft. This is exactly why judges question whether someone's truly fit for probation.
I don't think you're a good candidate for probation because it appears that your background is littered with theft cases and you're here on a theft enhanced. And how old are you?
43.
I mean, you're old enough to know better. It's not like you're 20 or you're 19 and you have peer pressure. So again, tell me, why are you stealing? It says here that you have a job, that you can pay for things. I don't understand the stealing.
And Your Honor, but that doesn't excuse for it.
I'm sorry, what?
I didn't have a job at that time, but that doesn't excuse for it.
And it certainly doesn't excuse involving a 5-year-old in your criminal activity. So again, why should I give you probation? The state is silent. Why should I give you probation?
Because I got to take care of my kids. There's no fathers involved. Or my children.
Well, when you were using the 5-year-old to steal items, were you thinking about, who's going to take care of my children if I am at the Bexar County Jail? Were you thinking about that?
Not really.
And if something would have ended up happening, sometimes when people go to places and they steal, sometimes people end up getting shot. If that 5-year-old would have been shot, you know what would have ended up happening? You would have been on somebody's news, boo-hooing and crying about how it's unfair that your child was shot. So what am I supposed to do about this?
This part is chilling. The judge points out the very real danger. What if store security had pulled a weapon? What if that 5-year-old was caught in the crossfire? This isn't just theft anymore. It could have been a tragedy.
You won't stop stealing.
I will, Your Honor.
Now, did you say that to the last judge, that you were going to stop stealing? How many times in your lifetime on this planet, as a 41-year-old, have you had criminal cases for stealing? Now, mind you, name them all because I've read the report.
Like, I believe 5 cases.
And you have not learned anything from that. What you've learned, obviously, is to continue to steal and start this idea where you take a child in with you, you put items in a cart, and you just have them pushing it out. In my mind, I can imagine this 5-year-old, because when you see children pushing carts, they're not even old enough to stand and look over the cart. They're just struggling, barely pushing it. And I'm always thinking to myself, why doesn't a parent help that child push that cart?
Your Honor, we told him to leave it there and he continued pushing it out. That's when the other 2 people helped him.
Oh, so now you're saying
Yeah, that's what we did.
you did not include him in your criminal enterprise.
We told him to leave it there and the other 2 people, random people, helped him.
Oh, so this is not a theft case. You were not intending to have him steal. Is that what you're telling the court?
That's what it's
No. Are you telling the court that this was not a criminal enterprise, that you or somebody loaded a cart at Target with items, the 5-year-old was pushing it, and you're continuing putting items in a cart totaling over $500, And then as he's pushing the cart past points of sale, you're telling him, oh, just leave that there. Maybe you're telling him, we don't have money for that. We just loaded up the cart for some unknown reason and we have no money for that. Is that what you're telling the court? If not, let me know. I mean, I wasn't there, state wasn't there, your counsel wasn't there. I'm just trying to figure out if that's what you're telling me. If that's not what you're telling me, say, Judge, no, that's not what I'm telling you. I'm not going to take that as a sign of disrespect, okay? So, are you telling the court that you all loaded up a cart of items at Target, the 5-year-old is pushing the cart, and you're telling the 5-year-old, leave the cart there, we don't have any money for these items, and your intent was just to walk out? Is that what you're telling the court?
To walk out without the stuff, like to leave the stuff there.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Judge, with this testimony elicited from my client at this time, I think we need to ask the court to withdraw her plea.
All right, that'll be denied. All right.
And there it is, 1 year in state jail. The defense tried to pull back the guilty plea at the last minute, but the judge denied it. This case shows how using a child in crime doesn't just damage your defense, it destroys your credibility. So what do you think? Should she have gotten probation for the sake of her kids? Or was the jail time the right call?
This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to find you guilty. Court is going to sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility. Give you credit for any time served. Take in consideration GJ 812055, JN number 2127782. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, I did.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. Do not steal. Do not take what does not belong to you, and do not involve children in your enterprise. Shane Round.